We're definitely happy with the way we played this week, improving on last week. So we're just really focused on trying to get better from this week going into this next game.
Back-to-back weeks against non-conference, opponents, and then getting another one this week. Is it in your mind at all to look ahead? I know that's something that they discourage around here, but it's something that it's hard to do.
It's something you got to fight, but going back on the film, there's always a lot of improvement we need to do. The coaches don't forget to remind us about that. So it's really about what we do and focus on what we need to do to get better.
What are some of those things that stand out?
You can always get better on effort, hustle, knowing your opponent better. So there's just a bunch of little things we need to know and work on throughout the week to be ready for this game.
What's the most important thing you guys work on in these non-conference games that actually prepare you for these conference games coming up?
Just dominating the opponent and establishing our a tough physical team as our identity. So those are the main keys that Coach Saban always tells us what we work on day in and day out to get better at.
Coach compared Southern Miss to kind of the Texas A&M in the way that they approach the offense. Do you look forward to a spread-out team as a pass rusher? How do you feel about that?
There's definitely some pros and cons with it. I'm sure they're going to try fast-wise. Most teams do. We're really not, as a defense, not looking forward to playing any certain type of offense. We're just getting ready and looking forward to playing in general. So we're going to go out there and just do what we need to do to improve on this week.
I know communication is something that Nick Saban has talked a lot about, communication on the field. How much is that? Do you feel like that might be underplayed a little bit in how its importance?
I feel like it is underplayed. That's probably one of the most important factors to be a good defense. If you don't have good communication, it's almost impossible to be a good defense. So I feel like we've done a good job in that. There's always room for improvement. So we're going to go out there and keep working on it, turn the noise control on in the during practice to work on that. So I feel like that's something everybody can get better at.
Because I remember last week when Nick Saban mentioned how communication was a problem against West Virginia.
Yeah.
And was that something that seemed to be corrected? And do you think it might have been a little bit with Trey DeBreeze being there?
Yes, with Trey DeBreeze being gone, I feel like it hurt us a little bit. It was forced some younger guys to step up and play, but I still feel like we did a pretty good job for our first game, and we've definitely gotten better at it. As you can see in this previous game, we're going to continue to grow on and try to get better for this next game.
Obviously, you're happy that Trey's back, but was it kind of good to kind of throw some of the younger guys into the fire a little bit?
I'll definitely get them a little ready, just in case later on down the season we have injuries or whatnot. They'll be ready and it won't be the first game. So it's definitely a good learning experience for a lot of young guys, but we're definitely glad to have Trey DeBreeze back.
As a defender, how difficult is it to go up against teams that do know how to talk a little bit about communication, but there's more to it than just that in that situation, because you got to recognize things so quickly without necessarily even having time to communicate?
We feel that effort is probably one of the biggest things that'll help us against a no-huddle fastball team. With great effort, it'll cut out a lot of the plays that they do. So we just work on running to the ball, finishing, playing whistle to whistle, and just stuff like that that'll help us out during the game.
How happy were you to see what Nate Jackson was able to do?
Oh, we're very happy. We have a lot of young guys that who can go to a lot of other schools and start. So we're glad to see the depth in many positions. So he went out there and he did good, well deserved.
Jonathan, you don't see many shutouts, this day and age, especially when you're playing a lot of guys. How much pride does this team take in shutting a team out? There've been quite an awful lot of shutouts in the Nick Saban era.
Yeah, we take a lot of pride in that. There's always a continuous grind to get better. And whenever you can shut out an opponent, it's really a special thing no matter who we play. We have a lot of respect for FAU and what they do. They're actually a very explosive offense. So I think we communicated well and did what we needed to do and executed.
John, with the focus on finishing so much, did it hurt to have the game just end early like that?
Probably for some of the young guys, they wanted to go out there and show what they can do. Conditions weren't right to finish the game, so they ended it. But we would have liked to see the game being finished, give some of the young guys a chance to go out there and show their skills.
What was going on before the announcement said that they were not? The mindset had to remain, you're going to go out and play. So what were you guys, was that just another halftime?
Yeah, we went back there and looked at not film, but went over some of the plays, some of their concepts and what they're doing. We were getting ready to go back out there just like we were going to play a game. So there was no drop off of intensity when we went inside in the locker room.
I know it's polls, and it's stuff that, I don't know how much you guys actually pay attention to, didn't probably are polls something you guys actually pay attention to whatsoever? And if you do, is there a certain pride about having a number next to your name?
We don't pay attention to polls at all, to be honest. There's so much going on, so much preparation we have to do, practice, film, so much going on that you really don't have time to focus on the polls. So we're really not too worried about what the polls say.
Thanks, Coach.
At least not yet.